CEO of Certified, a company originally out of Piqua.
Yes.
Now located here, right?
Yes.
And just to talk about what at least I see, and he'll speak for himself in a moment, as potential, again, speculation by hedge funds and others to drive gasoline, to drive gas prices up. We've seen it too many times in this country. We're seeing now that prices most everywhere in the state are over $3 a gallon. They haven't been that for a couple of years. A lot of analysts say the price of gas could reach $4 plus a gallon. And we are writing to the CFTC to ask them to make sure that they set these limits on trades and on speculation that we've seen too often in speculators trying to game the system. We know the damage that high gas prices do to the economy. We know what it will do to this small business. Their profits already are thin. These aren't high margin kinds of businesses. We know what it does to truckers. We know what it does to motorists just going to and from work. An awful lot of working class voters and middle class voters and drivers and people in this state can just simply in this economy not afford gas prices approaching $4 and up. So we're asking the CFTC to move as quickly as they can on this and set these limits so that gas prices remain more reasonable for American motorists. Mr. Hogan?
I echo what the senator said. We're a small business. People look at us sometimes as big oil. We're not big oil. We're small, independent businesses. This is a privately owned company. It's been in business since 1939, and we do the same thing the motorists do. We have to restock our tanks. What we have to do is to go to the market, and we go to the rack. Those are fixed rack prices by big oil. We have no control whatever over it. We buy our gas. We have to haul it here, put it in, and price it. And it's that simple. And it's sometimes people look at us as big oil. We're not big oil. We're a retailer. That one of the products we sell is gasoline, fuel. It's as simple as that. And we employ over 500 people in Ohio and tend to keep doing that. It's a very tough market, and what the senator is saying about controlling the speculators, oil prices, like everything else, should move on supply and demand, not on some speculators trading worldwide.
So is the speculation happening on the commodities market, or where's it happening?
The Dodd-Frank bill, the Wall Street Reform Bill, gave the Commodities Future Trading Commission 6 months to establish limits on futures. What speculators do on Wall Street, hedge funds, they will bet on prices going up, encouraging others to bet on prices going up, and they pocket a lot of money. Companies like Certified don't. Oil companies do, the commodities futures people do, the hedge funds do, and the rest of the country is stuck with the bill. It's happened before. The Dodd-Frank Wall Street Reform Bill gives us the tools to deal with speculation and speculators better than we had in the past. We are just asking in my letter to the chairman of that commission, asking them to move quickly on as prices look like they are beginning to rise. They've gone up, I think, 12 cents in the last 2 weeks, something like
Absolutely.
that, something like that. And there are signs that that's what they're doing.
How do you know that it's not supply and demand that's pushing prices up?
Supply and demand, I mean, that's always their answer, that because we're not drilling somewhere or because China and India are increasing their consumption. But China, so long term, you will see likely gas prices going up because of supply and demand. But it's not supply and demand when you see these kind of price spikes. And Mr. Hogan's been at this business long enough to have seen these cases, understanding gas prices over years will go up slowly, but it's these price spikes that some people benefit, small number of people benefit very handsomely from, and everybody else pays the bill.
I had made mention to Mr. Hogan that I even noticed on election day that gas prices had gone up 10, 15, 20 cents in my area, and just on election day. Is there any correlation? Is there any?
I don't know.
None. To my mind, none.
I probably
Again,
can't imagine.
Yeah, along those lines, I mean, the station on the corner by my house goes up 25 cents every Tuesday or Wednesday. Then the prices start going down come Saturday or Sunday. Is that just supply and demand?
No, the way the gasoline retail business runs, when like the price now is set at $3.15, competition will move that price down, almost sometimes down below cost, to where we're losing money on every gallon. Then one of the bigger people, generally Speedway, that will move the prices back up. If they don't move up gradually, they move up in a jump. But what we pay for the gasoline, it doesn't move like that. That's strictly at the rack price. We check the prices every morning. Every morning, first thing we do is check rack prices, and that's what we have to pay for the gas. The retail market is run by the retailers, and as far as the senator said, supply and demand, gasoline usage actually is down. People aren't driving as much, but there isn't any great demand or shortage of gasoline. Now, if you have a refinery, like up in Toledo, the Sun Refinery, or whatever, have a breakdown or a pipeline, that's a local problem that will cause a blip in the gasoline prices.
Or a regional problem if it's a big enough pipeline that, yeah.
But generally, no. There's no connection to it.
And I think that, I mean, when you said about demand going down, not at least not going up, we've seen, and we will see as this economy continues to come out of recession, we'll see more demand because more people are working and more industries using some form of oil. So that will over time, but not these price spikes.
Senator,
Something he has to pay.
after Democrats took a shellacking in the last election, do you feel like the Obama administration has the political will to crack down?
Oh, I think that, yeah. I mean, I think that it's always, this is an administration that doesn't have a lot of support from the oil industry. So unlike some others, perhaps both parties, but so I don't think he's got any particular closeness to any of the big oil companies that may be part of this. But it's the oil companies, but it's also the futures traders. And I think I would hope the president would move on this. I expect him to.
So just to be
Any of your colleagues joining you on the letter?
They will. We're going to be talking to others to encourage them to do the same.
Just to be clear, you're not calling for a new law, you're not calling for new regulations, you're just calling on regulators who currently have the power to look into this kind of thing, to look into it.
Yes, we carry out the Frank Dodd Wall Street Reform Bill. One of the sections in this deals with the CFTC, the Commodities Future Trading Commission, and we're asking them to move as quickly as they can. And I mean, really quickly, not take 3 more months. Under the law, my recollection is the law says they have to do this with a 6-month period of enactment. Is set limits on futures trading, on this kind of speculation on commodities.
Are you frustrated by the pace with which they're doing it right now?
No, this is a really complicated bill. I'm a little frustrated because I think they can move a little faster than they are, but not surprised.
Senator, have you seen your numbers in the Quinnipiac poll?
I have not.
Apparently,
I'm sure they're just terrific. So.
You're close to 50% of Ohioans actually liking you. So
It's a pretty high number. I'm pleased with that, but it's a poll that's taken in whatever day this is, January 21st or 20th. It means absolutely nothing, but that's really kind of all I got to say.
who do you expect to face
I don't have any
against you?
idea.
Who do you think the Republicans are going to put up against you?
I have no idea.
None?
I really don't. I mean, I could name 5 names, but you could name 5 names too. I don't know. I really don't know, and I'm doing what I do.
Have you taken a decision yet on whether to support delaying the U.S. EPA's
No, because I'm in continued negotiations with, discussions with the White House. I think climate change is real. I think we need to address it, but I don't want to see us export jobs and export pollution to China. And if we don't have a border adjustment, if we pass if the EPA or the Congress passes something that stronger CO2 laws, but doesn't have a way to, and that just encourages companies to move to China. They will emit way more CO2 in China because their laws are weaker. So if we can't do a border adjustment, so products that are manufactured in China coming to Columbus or coming to this country don't reflect the cost of CO2 reductions, it just simply doesn't work for us. So I am not. I'm neither place on that yet until we. My goal is to make sure we get some adjustment at the border to protect American industry.
Are you thinking along the lines of administratively raising tariffs or something?
No, I don't know how we. That's what I'm talking to the both environmental officials and trade officials in the White House about how we do that. I mean, legislatively, I know we know how to write it. Administratively, it's more complicated.
You're looking for administrative solutions.
Yes, and I don't know the answer to that.
We get a reaction on healthcare reform repeal and what happened in the Senate with that?
Yeah, I just find it troubling when a bunch of conservative Washington politicians who've been benefiting from taxpayer-financed health insurance for their whole careers want to take benefits from seniors and want to take benefits that are the law right now from middle-class families.
Anything to say about this application Code Automotive has with the Department of Energy? I haven't heard anything about it in a while.
They're still, as with USEC, still looking at it, and I talk to the Energy Department. I personally talk to them every couple of weeks. My staff talks to them more often than that. I'm still hopeful, but I don't know. I don't have any new information.
If they're not approved, will we ever know about it? I mean, will they?
Oh yeah. I think. I mean, they may say apply again. They're not going to just. No, we're not going to let it just go away.
So at this point, it's a live round still?
Yeah. No, it's my understanding. I'd be surprised if it isn't. I have not talked to them in a couple of weeks.
So back to healthcare and congressional members of Congress, are you still paying for your own healthcare?
No. I said I made a promise in 1992 that I would pay my own health insurance until Congress passed health insurance for the country. My wife and I went. I did it for 18 years. My wife and I went on the plan in 2 weeks ago that every other federal employee is eligible for, not just Congress, but federal employees. So we pay. And I went to the dentist, and for the first time, my dental insurance paid for it. Doesn't look that great, I admit, but it's what I got.
So when did you go to the dentist?
I went to the dentist about the third day after I had this. I didn't wait for 20 years to go to the dentist because of that, but I actually gave him my insurance card.
So that was this last week?
Yeah, because I didn't have dental. I mean, I had health care coverage that I personally paid for, but I never had dental coverage before now. I mean, not that you really care about that.
So did you get a clean bill of health from the dentist? Or
at this age, you get what you get. So
yeah.
It won't be my last visit to the dentist in the next 2 months, unfortunately. God, I love going to the dentist. Why would you like a job where everybody's so glad to see you,
Yeah.
when you go to the dentist? I mean, really. So, anyway. All right. Anything else?
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks so much.